the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it? Let's get it.
What's up, Cowboys Nation?
What is up, man? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Back in the cave, hanging out. You know, but Jimmy D he's done with all his vacations, his trips, or whatever the hell he's been doing. So we are going to get this thing rolling, and it is football week. Training camp is here, so it's going to get started this week. You got teams already getting going. You got others on the way. And unfortunately, I heard we'll get into it, but there's a little injury. But I think the guy's all right. Hopefully, he is. But Jimmy, what's up, man? How you feeling? You're finally back at normal time and all that, huh?
I'm here. I'm on time. I'm awake. I'm refreshed. I'm invigorated. I'm glad to be back here in the cave and feeling good about it.
No, good, man. What's up, Vince? Of course, Cuts by Fred Jones. My man Fred's in the house. And before we get going, we've been doing awesome, man. I thank all the new subscribers. And if you guys are new, make sure you put a comment there. Just say your news just so we know. But, you know, we've picked a ton up the last week. So talking to my man Jones, and he's gonna step it up. So 2,000 subscriber, which we're getting closer and closer. You're gonna get a custom cut, one of the two. You can take your pick. That's what the man gives options, and they're awesome pieces. I got one in my man cave, and you need one if you're a Cowboys fan. Unfortunately for you, Jimmy, you're what I like to call SOL because you're a Falcon fan, so it don't matter to you. But for our Cowboy fans, we'll do a live giveaway. But man, we're excited about that. And just having a great time. Look, Kelly K9
Kelly
house now. He's ready to roll. He got a new camera, man. He's stepping his game up. We're gonna see what happens on Thursday if we can get this thing rolling. But
got that Polaroid camera.
What?
He's taking them Polaroids now. He got a new camera.
he got a new video camera for the podcast. We're growing, man. This thing is we're taking off. I've got some software I'm working on. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm trying to figure it out to jazz things up a little bit for the season because we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this thing going. So we're excited. So anyway. I'm not going to share the news yet because I don't want to jinx it. But I've been telling people, I was like, man, we're going to have a guest in the cave to talk some Cowboys and talk some stuff. And I don't want to say who it is, but I say he's a guy from the '90s, 3-time Super Bowl champ. And if you're paying attention to my background, I will say he's in the picture, and it's not me. But anyway, so hopefully all that works out. But next week we're dropping the Chuck Howley's going to the Hall of Fame, so we're dropping that interview. It's an awesome interview, great story. So you definitely want to listen. You want to listen to that. So it is. It's going to be good times. Good times for sure.
What's up, Doug? How's it going? Ultra. The Yankees have won 3 in a row, so don't test me, don't try me, don't step to me. 3 in a row this weekend against the great Kansas City Royals.
Yeah. Kelly, if you want to jump in a quick second to see if that camera works, you're welcome to pop in. So we always have room for family. So when you're on the, everyone in this channel, whether you're the subscriber, whether you're, just listening, whatever, your host, co-host, all that stuff, man, we're all family. We're having a good time. So football's here, Jimmy, and a lot of stuff going on. And one thing I was gonna bring up and just get it out of the way. I don't know how you feel about it, but I get pumped up when I see this happen, and we've got a throwback. We got throwback week coming, and let me fix this so we can get this thing right here. Get that out of the way. We got the throwback jerseys, and
I like that.
I don't know. Do you get excited when they're bringing out the old Houston Oilers. You got the Seattle one. Everyone's going crazy for the old Seahawks. The Jets are doing it. You got the creamsicles from the Bucks. The Falcons are bringing back. They got 3 games of wearing those awesome red helmets. So I don't know, man. I dig the Like I dig your locker. I dig the old school.
No, I love it. It's obviously it's a merchandising gimmick, which is a great merchandise gimmick, but it's fun. It makes
Yeah.
you feel young again. And Deion Sanders, first year in the league, he was sporting that red cap for the Falcons.
Yeah.
So I love it.
No, it's good. Now it led me, and I know we got a lot of Cowboy fans in here, so I got to ask the Cowboy question because the Cowboys, they do some of their other throwbacks, and I don't know what people think about this. So I want to see maybe that I don't know what the hell they were doing. They got the seafoam blue and they got the other blue, but I just think of Tony Dorsett when I see that jersey. I just think of Tony Dorsett.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing that. Or, and some people are like, hey, we didn't win the Super Bowl in this year, so we can't wear this one. But the double star, the double star throwback would be an awesome one for him to put in. So I don't know if you guys agree, disagree, want to see one or the other, or don't want to see none of them. But I like when they change things up and get that old tradition back and get some of these, the old jerseys in. So I'm digging it, and I'm hoping they pick on something. Hopefully they pick one of them. But we'll see.
The one what Aikman was wearing, I'm not as high on. The other two are really good though. I like those. If you're gonna throw back,
weird. Like the Cowboys couldn't figure out what the hell blue they want. They got so many damn shades of blue. Fred, you like that star throwback jersey? Oh, look at that. It is. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a mullet. Mullets are back, man.
They are back, man. I see kids walking around with them.
Oh, it is. Funny. I mean, I'll do it. I saw even. Do you watch that quarterback? Do you watch the quarterback series?
No.
It's with Mahomes. They got Mariota in there with the Falcons. It's actually pretty good. I'm almost halfway through, but it's Mahomes is talking about he needs to get a new haircut going into the season. She's like, "Why? What's wrong?" He has that kind of that mohawk look. And he's like, "Man, I got 2 kids now. I can't be doing all that."
Right.
So
no, I'm telling you, I see like teenagers walking around with those mullets. I'm like, everything comes back. If you wait long enough, things come back into style, right?
Yeah.
So
he likes it. Yeah. A lot of people like that double star. I have the Emmitt Smith double star. That's what I wear a lot to games. I've gotten to the point now where it's like, what do you get for jerseys? And I had my Zeke jersey. I got to get, hey, that's gone. I bought Jalen Smith one time on a discount rack when he signed. And I should have known that was a kiss of death. You get these jerseys. Now you got all these running backs there. And I'm a running back guy. I've always been a running back guy. But now you got all these running backs. Jacob said he's not planning on coming to camp. Nope. Saquon. And did they give Saquon an FU by signing Robinson? I mean, are they digging their heels in with him?
Yes, they are.
Yep. What's the word in New York with that?
That's the big word, man. I mean, he said last week, I ain't playing. And so they said, okay, you want to play ball? We're going to play ball, and they're going to hold out. If he wants to hold out, they're going to hold out on him. It's just we've talked about this for a long time, you and me. It's a two-headed running back league, and right now they're and they say running backs are dispensable. We get them in the draft. You said it. They get them in the draft, and now you know what the league is saying. Yeah, we'll just get them in the draft, and we're not going to pay you what you want.
Yeah,
kind of sucks.
It's going to be because these guys, you could say it, but do you do it? And that's going to be an interesting thing. I guess they're having a all hands on deck with these running backs. They were going to have a joint meeting with everybody. But you seen it. We saw it in '87, and I was just a little kid, so I'm not that old. I don't remember it, but I do remember when they went on strike. All of those, it was the owners just got new players,
right?
And the crowd. There were still crowds there. Now, granted, it wasn't to the level of what the NFL had, but I mean, people were showing up, and they were not. It's like the owners are going to move on. So I don't think they have much leverage. I don't really think they have any leverage. I think the only thing they can try and do as a collective bargaining agreement is shorten up the years because basically the running backs get one contract. So if you're a 7th round pick, man, you're making chump change.
Yeah, you're making a
now if you're a first round pick like Bijan and I forgot his name, but the kid that went to from Alabama went to Detroit, you're getting paid. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're walking out with a lot of money. But if you're Pollard, who is a later round draft pick, he jumped at that $10 million. I mean, he's gonna jump at it because he ain't gonna see that money again.
No. And those guys, a bunch of running backs did have like a Zoom call a few days ago, and a lot
Yeah,
of them were on there. Even guys who were signed, and the NFLPA was on board. So
yeah.
things are going to be brewing here in the next month before the season starts.
No, it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna hold out and who's not. Who's got the cojones to do it. A guy like Barkley can do it. Some of these other guys who hadn't gotten that scratch like they have, they don't. I mean,
No, they need
they're
money. They got to get paid.
not gonna be able to
You
do
know,
it. They need to get paid,
hey,
and you don't want
Buffalo.
fines and everything else that you're getting and all. Well, I guess if they're not signed, they didn't sign it. They can't really get fined because they're not on contract. So.
Well, you see, Buffalo's looking for a running back because one of their running backs got hurt in a jet skiing accident the other day.
I was going to
Yeah,
say he's out for the year.
he's done.
Did you
Yeah.
see what happened? You probably got the news up there better than I did.
No, Buffalo, like I said, that's out on the other side. That's not
That's in
even really
another
New York.
country.
Yeah, that's out
You
way
don't
out.
cover that.
We don't. I don't go with that Buffalo shit.
Well, I got
But
wet because I'm trying to figure out how do you have a big enough accident unless you're screwing around and being careless. But I didn't see what I didn't see what happened. I just saw the headline that said he was out for the year in a jet
yeah,
ski.
jet skiing accident. No, man, if you play games, we had somebody right here. I'm not far from the Hudson River. There was people out jet skiing, probably drinking, slammed into each other. One dead, the other one very badly injured. So they're probably goofing off.
I tell you, man, I've got I take my kids and stuff. We go out with it. I don't understand. And maybe it's just me. I stay far away. Like we go to a
Yeah,
spot, and if I see a lot of traffic, then we'll kind of move, and we'll just if we're gonna do, if you're gonna run it hard and do all your tricks and do all the stuff that you want to do, I usually just push myself away from everyone. But my kid, even when we're going together, we always keep a
yeah.
pretty big distance. So
No, you know what it is? First of all, I just don't go on a jet ski because I'm afraid of going in the water. I ain't getting eaten by sharks, alligators, piranha, eels, none of this crap. So I just don't go near the water. I'll watch you from the dock.
oh man, you
I
got
know, bro.
you gotta live a little bit, man. It's good times. If you don't fall, I've never fallen. I've never fallen off a wavefront. I've never flipped. I've never done anything. If I go in the water, it's because I want to. So if you do it right, you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
So
until a big ass whale jumps on top of me and takes me off of the thing, and that's just not an option. I'm not going to risk that. But
well,
hey,
that can
you know
happen in
what?
the water too. That can happen in the shallow part if you're hanging out by the beach too, if you know what I mean. But more importantly, let's talk about training camp and
Mm.
some guys going today. And
Suzanne, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but
oh,
there we go. I knew it.
what happened? What I
Uh,
miss?
he was sitting on his jet ski, and another person ran into him.
Oh my God!
That sucks, man. This poor guy's out of work for the year. It's terrible. Reportedly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm amazed at how that could even happen, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm out in the Gulf, it's so much water that it's not in tight spaces. Maybe they're on a lake or something like that.
You,
Maybe it's
you
in tighter
take.
spaces, but it's so. I don't know. I don't know how you can
Yeah.
even do it, but I saw an injury, a real football injury, non-contact. You had the former Eagle C.J. Gardner Johnson got
Yeah.
they say I think it's going to be all right. They feared it in the beginning. It was because it was a knee injury, but they're getting some tests back. But they reported and said they felt he was going to be okay, and it was a scare. And it was kind of funny because I think he even commented on it and a few others. And he left the Eagles, and boy, man, those fans are ruthless, man. They just
They don't care.
you're dogging them for getting hurt. You know what I mean? It's like no mercy on these guys, man. They don't-
Typical.
No,
Typical. Come on.
it is typical.
Philadelphia. Are you kidding? Again, they all live in their mom's basements with the 13-inch TV. They have nothing better to do but go online and troll people.
No,
Right?
but I believe in karma, though. I mean, and when you start doing those bad vibes and things like that, I just think bad things can happen to you. But I mean, thankfully, he's good. So, just hopefully everything goes well because I know he was a big signing for the what did we miss? I bet Aaron Donald. Oh, Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone
Excuse
driving.
me.
Oh yeah. Either him or that guy in the
Oh,
the
God.
guy
Yeah,
on
the NASCAR, Denny Hamlin or whatever it is, right?
no, the Viking dude who was going 140 and like
Oh,
a
yeah.
mile an hour. Yeah. So,
Hey, speaking of which, before we get to training, is he Dalvin Cook? I saw a report that there was something going on with his girlfriend. He was trying to pay her $1 million hush money.
yeah.
So I wonder if that has.
800,000.
Oh, that's it?
Ate it up. But I think that was a few years ago or something. I don't know. I saw it pop up. Doesn't do well for his negotiating skills,
Right.
and any leverage he wants. But they don't have any. I mean, we were looking at it, and you like even look at Zeke, and they were talking. Zeke had 800 and something yards, 12 touchdowns. Man, can't get a job, but
It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
it's just the way it's going to be.
I mean, to Ultra's point, it's a business,
Yeah.
but at what point? I mean, we're the season starts in a month, so at what point does somebody cave, right? But like you said, the owners, they're dealing the cards.
Well, the problem of why it's so hard, they don't really have the leverage is because when you go and you see these running backs just kind of come out of like Pacheco, they're always throw him in there. You got Walker, you got these guys. I mean, you could throw Pollard in there, 4th round pick. You get these guys that are successful, um, in later rounds. It's like, well, why? I mean, there's only as Jerry Jones. That's where we need Kelly to say it. There's only so much pie. There's only so much of that pie, and everyone gets their own slice. And the running backs right now, they ain't coming back for seconds of that pie. They're getting their first
No.
slice, and if they're not getting that first round slice, they're getting a 4th or 5th round slice. They in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. We need Kelly. If you want to test your camera, we can use little Jerry up in here. Come on.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm just, man, I am pumped because it's football. We get this thing going. We got the camp battles. We got all that stuff going on. You're gonna see what happens. You got Cole Beasley sighting. Cole Beasley's going back.
Yes.
He's not going
New
back
York.
to New York, but he's going to be a Giant. So we're gonna see him again. He might be washed up. I don't know, but I mean, he still was a good productive receiver. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out in New York, because the Giants don't have anybody. So
I mean, I'm pissed that the Falcons didn't pick up Hopkins, right? I really thought he would have been a great asset, but I said Beasley, slot receiver. I would have taken him all day long. I don't know why we didn't. We could have got him for a bargain, and I still don't understand
it. Wasn't much. I mean, it wasn't much.
I mean, after Pitts in London, it drops off quickly.
Yeah, no, it does, and you need. I mean, it's proven you need weapons. You need, you got Schoonmaker, like we talked about with tight ends. You got Pitts. I mean, you need those receivers. You're usually running 3 deep at receiver, right?
Yeah.
And then you got your tight end and everything else. You got to have weapons, and especially a team like the Falcons. You got a young quarterback. He's still got a thing to get. The more veteran receivers you can get around him to kind of help him hey, you don't need to. I mean, the thing I'll say with Cole Beasley, he's going to run the right route, and he's going to be where you need him to be, and he's reliable. So I think it's a good pickup for the Giants. I don't think it's a difference maker. I think we're going to still slap him all over the field on Sunday night, but hey, good for him to find a home.
Well, he's got a big set of nuts too. He doesn't care. He'll go across the middle. And you take a guy like Jones, which would have fit in well with us with Ritter. But I think that in Atlanta, I think that Patterson, I'm thinking, because we're going to gimmick him a lot, and I think they're looking at him to be the release valve. But Beasley, they got him at bargain, man. I would have taken that all day. We have the money.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. Let's see what Ultra. He's our Dallas insider. Last year, he said, this quoting Gallup. Last year, barely walked coming into camp. It was pretty rough this year. I'm definitely excited. We've got a great group. Everyone meshes well. No, I mean, I'm excited. I think, that was the one thing, we talked about, and you guys felt it, and every team does, is when you got injuries, especially you get those knee injuries, it takes a little while. You saw with OBJ, you see it with some of these guys. You've got some injuries, and it takes its toll. So I think Gallup he's that second year removed. That's got to be excited. So exciting for Cowboy fans. And I still think I know my man Ultra don't want to believe it. He don't want to talk about it, but I'm still a little excited for Tolbert. I think what I've seen, I've talked to some people who know him, some of the issues he had last season with the playbook and all this. I think things are going to be, better for him. I think he's had a good offseason with Dak. I think a lot of things mesh well. And again, we're talking about a 4th receiver. We're not asking him to be 1,000 yards. You're just asking him to be one of those guys, because if you got all these weapons and they want to try and get rid of a couple of them or do whatever, you've got a guy that can be open and just make some key plays. just make some key plays, a la, we had Cedric Wilson a few years ago. You had, even Dwayne Harris, you go a few years back, you get some of these guys that just come in and it can make some plays. But more importantly, I think we might have, I think that he heard your calling, Jimmy. He heard your calling.
We did,
Trying to
yes.
find the right thing to make sure that we're all visible here. We'll have to go ahead and I'm just going to separate this out because we got to see all these faces. What is up, man?
Hello there, gentlemen. I thought I heard somebody say something about pie. and got a little tingle down below the Mason-Dixon line. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Are you set? I'm checking it. I'm not as. Yeah, I think we need some work on that. Like, Jimmy, how's it look for you?
Yeah, I got to agree with Mike. It's a little bit. I don't know anything about this technology stuff, but it needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Look at the setting. We're going to do a technical situation here real quick.
Let's do it right now. Exactly.
Go to your settings. Make sure you've got what is your stream quality got on there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Go to your settings.
It says 1080 full high definition, 1080.
1080 30?
1080 30, yeah.
Okay. Drop it down just one. I just want to see what happens.
I never thought I'd see the day Mike Tag's doing.
I know this is what you
tech
got.
support.
This is how we do stuff.
This is great.
And you're on the right camera that you're using because sometimes C90 camera.
Yeah. Shit, hang on. There we go. Okay. Oh no, It wasn't at 1080. Hang on. Now
there you go.
All right, talk a little bit.
All right. Now it says it's at 1080.
All right.
So it was not. Is that look any better?
No, you're looking. It's not as grainy now. I think. What do you say, Jimmy?
No, I agree. It's
audience.
That's a little better.
That looks better. Do you see? Is Kelly looking good? Is he feeling good? What do you guys think?
That's better. Wait a minute. Something just happened. It's gotten a lot.
No, I think it finally clicked. I think it took us you're definitely 1,000% better. So.
All right. Okay. All right. Hey, there we go. We ironed out the kinks before Thursday.
Exactly. This is how we do it. So while we got you on, what is your take? You and I have talked about these running backs. We talk about all these different things, and they're gonna try and unionize and try and figure things out. And now Jacobs, all these things are coming true. These guys aren't going to show. Now you got the Giants signing Robinson. They're in trouble, huh? These running backs, they don't have. They
don't really have a leg to stand on. It's like Jimmy said, the owners are the ones dealing the cards. So I mean, what are you going to do? You can't. They're at the mercy of the owners of the NFL. So unless something changes, which it won't be this year, but unless something changes in the near future, this is the way that running backs are going to be looked at and the way that they're paid.
Yeah.
And it's it's tough because imagine busting your ass, you work your way up, and you're there, and you're expendable now, right? That's tough, man.
And it's tough business for these guys, man. It's tough business. But
it is.
Hey, had a comment while we got you. My man who's a Dolphins fan says we could take Cedric Wilson back. I'd take him back. Would you take him back?
Yeah, I'd take him back. Why not? I mean, we'll have him back. I mean, New York made a move and signed Cole Beasley. Let's go ahead and just take Cedric Wilson. We'll match their 1-1.
Yeah, no,
I'll take Cedric Wilson over Cole.
I would definitely take him back. So, well, good man. Well, you look good.
Atlanta.
What you want to
take him? Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I would take
Come
him too.
Bring it on.
I don't think the Dolphins use him right. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think he's a weapon. He's not gonna. If you Dolphin fans were thinking he's gonna come in here and get 1,000, 1,500 yards or something like that, you're crazy. He's that third or fourth receiver, and he's a guy that can come in for some gadget plays because he's got an arm. He could throw the ball. We had plenty of plays with that, but he made some clutch catches, and that's where I was saying. I don't know if you caught. That's what we need. Tolbert. We don't need our fourth receiver to be great. We just need him when called upon to make some plays. That's all. A couple plays.
Yeah, but keep in mind though, Miami they were down to their second and third string quarterbacks part of last year. So I mean, they made it to the playoffs, and they almost pulled it off in Buffalo. But I mean, they were down their quarterback most of the year.
Yeah. No.
And there was a few times their quarterback was on the field that he probably didn't even know he was on the field.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
with concussion protocol. I mean.
Hey, Kelly, speaking of which, I've been talking to Mike Tag about this, but now that we're here together, we need to figure out a time where we have maybe on a Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night where we get together online. This is an open forum, football, whatever. While we're throwing a couple back, like happy hour here on the Cowboys Cave.
I'm down.
I'm down for that, man. We just got to figure out what works for everybody. So my schedule's fairly open in the evenings. So
he's wide open. I saw the thing. He's walking around the house butt naked. I thankfully put some clothes on.
I put some clothes on for the show. I figured they probably wouldn't want to see that.
No, we got to set that up. It'll be fun.
Jimmy, he's got a point where the kids are, they're out of the house and this and that. If they're not home with him, he's home alone. So you get that freedom. I haven't been able to have that freedom yet. Have you had that freedom? The kids, you got one on, right? The weather won't go away.
When I was on vacation, you got to let your nuts hang. So that was all good.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it was just me and the wife on the shower.
Who needs a towel? Exactly.
Just give a shout out to Derek. I don't know if Derek's new or Derek Green. That's is that a familiar name?
No.
Bad with this. You guys either one, man.
How you doing, Derek?
But really,
Derek,
all you guys, man, you're seeing. We got a great group. We got a fantasy football channel coming. A show that's going to be on the channel as well. I'm not going to be on it. I might make a surprise appearance. Kelly might make a surprise appearance, but we got the four guys coming in the cave, not the original four horsemen, new four horsemen that'll be coming in doing some fantasy football talk. They're supposed to be doing something this week. I haven't heard it. They said they were doing something, but they haven't given me the heads up. So we got a lot of stuff going on in this channel. More importantly, we got that first annual Cowboys Cave tailgate party when we take on those Jets at the home opener at AT&T. I don't know what the hell Kelly and I are going to do because I have not been able to find a room. So I checked today and everything else is sold out. I've never not gotten a room where I stay. And I'm starting to get a little nervous, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, you don't have to stay too far away, especially.
We still got August. Still got the month of August, man. We'll figure it out, man.
Yeah, no. If not, we have a backup option. My buddy and I stayed there. It used to be, looks like it was like I'm not even going to give the name of the hotel because it might be embarrassing. It looked like it used to be a really happening place 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, whatever. Still the same decor. They have a bar with like a disco inside the hotel. Like 5 people were there. And the funniest story of it, my buddy and I went to it was the playoff game when we played the Niners at AT&T. And I couldn't get a room anywhere. So I found this one, man. It was cheap. And we go there and we're in this club. There's like 8-10 people. I'm walking through and someone calls my name and recognizes me. Now, I don't know if I should have been worried that they thought I was a regular or be flattered that someone actually recognized me. But it was funny, man. We had a good time, but it's an interesting hotel.
So did you have your John Travolta outfit on? I'd be sporting that shit if I was there, man. You know that.
As long as it's not one of those hotels where you got to pay by the hour.
No, I think put it this way: they had the gift shop wide open, and the main thing that was on the counter was condoms. So
did they have the quarters you can put in the bed to make them vibrate, that sort of thing?
I don't know. I didn't want to look. I just went in that room and I used the one little sheet. I wasn't using no comforter. I was being very careful. But no, we got a question on an interview. I didn't want to jinx it. I don't know. I talked to Kelly. Kelly, do you want to maybe share what we got a verbal commitment of, or should we just hold off?
I was so excited when you told me, man. I already posted I posted on my Facebook. I didn't go take it to Twitter, but I posted on my Facebook because I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of like, like a little fanboy over there. When you told me who was coming on, I was like, it's pretty interesting.
I'm gonna preface it, and then I'm gonna set it up, and then you go ahead and take the news home. So, reached out, played a little tag. They told me the person said, "Hey, call me back in July because I've got to do, I've got some things working with another organization, but I'll come on and do a Cowboys preview in August." So hit him up in July, and I hit him up again in July because he didn't respond. And then my brother hit him up in July 3 third time's a charm, but he did respond. He gave me a date. It's tentatively on August 8th, which is funny. It's my brother's birthday. And don't know the time. It's going to be, I said, you name the time, we'll be there. But Kelly, go ahead and set the man up.
3-time Super Bowl champion, Fox Sport commentator, Moose Daryl Johnston.
You're talking. I mean, how much better can that be, Cowboy? We bring the goods. You're talking about a 3-time Super Bowl champion and Moose. That's Cowboy legend right there.
Good. That's awesome, man. That's great.
That's big. It is.
So,
it'll be cool. And you'll be able to get some insight. Get a little bit of insight into old Hunter Lupke. Everybody's wanting to know about him. Who better to break down one fullback than one of the greatest fullbacks to ever play for the Cowboys? So
yeah,
it'll be awesome.
Interesting. I think it's going to be good to get his thoughts on the running back. Obviously blocking
for sure.
for Emmitt Smith all those years and see what happens. It's going to be interesting. And we're working on some others. And it's going to be very interesting to see who else we drop. But we ain't done yet. We got some good stuff going. And I told Jimmy, I'm trying to help Jimmy. We get some. I reached out to Andre Rison.
Still nothing yet.
Yeah.
That would be that would be nice.
That would be great.
And so we'll figure it out. But anyway, I'm excited, man. I was pumped all day. I wanted to say something, but I'm like, man, I just don't know. And then it was funny. I thought you might have said something because Fred said he did a Moose thing in there. I'm like, man, I think Kelly might have spilled the beans.
Oh, he saw it on Facebook. He's we're on Facebook. He's on Facebook. He posted. I made a post on Facebook. Was talking about it. I couldn't hold it in. I was like, I'm not putting anything on Twitter yet. I said, but Facebook, I gotta tell some people, man.
It's cool. And
So,
we're gonna do it live, but I don't know what time it'll be. It could be in the afternoon, but your boy might have to take some PTO for an hour or something like that. We'll figure it out. But I'm excited, man. It's more
important, Moose Johnson or work? Come on, you got to pick your priorities here, bro.
Well, I don't know. So I don't know if anyone at work.
Exactly.
Sometimes they do. So I'm going to say work. But you guys know how it feels. So, anyway,
I'm gonna magically get sick to my stomach for however long it takes during the day until that interview's over. So that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped up, man. It's exciting. You can't ask for anything better. So anyway,
that's sick.
Yeah,
that's great.
I know you got things to do, but yeah, your video looks good. I'll call you afterwards, but everything's good, man. I'm excited, and we'll get things rolling. But
we're gonna get a date on the calendar where we have happy hour.
Yes.
I say a Saturday. I say let's pick a Saturday. Maybe it's a preseason Saturday, something like that.
Great idea.
Game on. We'll kick some back, and they flip down to different games. And Kelly's a customer of my brother, so he knows he gets all the games. So we'll flip it back to the Falcons and Cowboys. We'll be kind to everyone. So we'll definitely make it happen, and hopefully maybe we'll open it up and some people can come in live. How about that? They come in live and they can mix it up and talk some football. So we'll make it an event. That's what you say. We got to make this an event. So
I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it, man. Looking forward to it. You guys let me know. Enjoy the rest of y'all show, man. I'll be watching.
Thanks, Kelly. See you, bro.
I'll see you, brother. All
right.
Take it easy, man.
Now that'll be fun.
That was fun. That was cool.
We gotta make that happen. I think the one thing I gotta, and I'm becoming an expert on audio and all that. I have this suspicion that he had his microphone tied to his camera instead of his because usually his audio is really good. And I think I had that happen to me on a show where I sounded like shit. And I forgot to switch the setting to the audio. Because his audio was going in and out a little bit sometime, and I guarantee you that that's what happened. Oh yeah,
thank you, Sugar Daddy.
The Jerry press conference. I don't know about you guys. Does your owner do a press conference, Jimmy?
No, not like Jerry does.
We're the only ones.
He's pretty chill. Yeah.
Our owner comes out and does it. Hey, he gets me juiced up, man. I don't know. Still does it. He gets me motivated. He gets me believing. I remember he'd do this shit when we were like 5 and 11, and he'd come out there and do all that. I'm like, I think we got a shot, man. This guy's gonna tell me all the things I want to hear. Then we end up getting our ass.
During the Babe Laufenberg years back then, right?
Like it was the Drew Henson, Hutchinson, Anthony Wright. I
Oh,
mean,
Anthony Wright.
the,
Yeah.
did you guys have him on your team? I know he played for a bunch of teams.
No, he wasn't on the Falcons. Yeah, see here, Jerry's a throwback. He's like Steinbrenner was for the Yankees, right? You don't really find that anymore. The owners who are out front. You got Mark Cuban, Jerry Jones. Now you don't find that a lot anymore.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I mean, Big E said it. The Cowboys defense, I'm telling you, Jimmy, I don't want to hog the show. I mean, I want to hear about the Falcons defense, but Cowboys defense, number one defense in the league. I think this year, I was watching those highlights. NFL Network had a whole slew of the highlight tapes and this and that, and they did all that. And I just kept thinking, well, what we added, you get Gilmore, you got Mozzie in the middle. Our defense, and then you got Parsons another year better, and you get Sam Williams. I think is going to absolutely explode this season. I think you're going to see him end up fighting for more playing time. But they do a rotation. But I think his snap count's definitely going to go up, man. I'm pumped for this defense. And we're a defensive team. I love defense, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and like I said, we were talking about this a little bit. The Falcons, we've spent more money up on the defensive front than we have. I don't recall the last time we spent this kind of money on D. Like I said, we've had Grady Jarrett. Now we got Kelly Campbell on the other end. Dave Onyemata, we got Bud Dupree, we got Kitty Nellis. We got some good pickups here. Bates, safety. So I'm.
Bill Bates, does he come back?
Yeah, Billy Bates. Yes, he's we put more money into this defense than we have in a long time, and I'm excited about it. And we got AJ Terrell. I mean, he's D Alford. I'm looking forward to this season.
Oh no, it's absolutely Terrell's he's underrated. He doesn't get the credit, he doesn't get the limelight because he's in Atlanta, but he's definitely he's a top notch cornerback. Tag, let the homies know when the game, so watch party at my place. I'm hell of excited. Yeah, I'll let you know because we'll definitely get it. And you might have to stream in live. I want to see that party at your place. You got a hell of a setup too. So we're gonna have some fun that night.
You know what it is about Terrell? I mean, last year we had no pressure. We had 21 sacks all season. 21 sacks all season. I mean, my mother can get in there and play, and we'd have more sacks than that. But, I think we're beefing up the front. We're going to get some pressure. I think we're going to chase the quarterback more. It puts Terrell in a better spot instead of being out on an island where they're just throwing all day long.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's ask this. You got a question, Jimmy. You got a question from the audience. Do you take Bijan with the first pick in fantasy? If so, why?
No, and here's why. Because you still have Tyler Algier. I think Bijan's going to start, but he's going to be splitting a lot with Algier, and you don't know how much Patterson's going to get in. So I would not take him first.
You think that he's going to split some? You don't think he's going to be the bell cow early?
No.
All right.
No, I don't think he's going to be the clear starter. He's going to have a lot of split time with Algier. Algier had 1,100 yards rushing last year. So I wouldn't.
All right.
I wouldn't.
Well, there we go. We got people changing their profile in honor of Moose. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping, like, if it's during the day, I think I need you guys to take PTO too. I mean, if I'm taking it,
yeah,
you guys got to do it, or at least stream it during work. That way, you have it in the background. I guess you're allowed to do that now. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, at least
so you can do that. And then, more importantly, you guys need. I need Cowboys Nation. I never asked for much, but I need Cowboys Nation. All you guys to be spreading the word on the Cowboys Cave. Not only, for all the great Cowboys content and the great shows that we're putting together. You got Kelly Canine, you got myself. Now you got Jimmy D, who's bringing, he brings a sense of a balance to the force, right? So he's got his Yankee stuff. He's got the Falcons, who we can feel sorry for every now and then. But he gives that, he helps calm me down sometimes if I get too crazy on one side. So we got a lot of great stuff on this channel. So I never asked, but make sure you guys spread the word. Tell your friends, subscribe. Your boys are going to be out at AT&T. I'm going to be there. I might as well move out there. I think I'm going to be out there 5 or 6 games. And we're going to have that tailgate party. Now, we're going to have other tailgate parties. It's not going to be it ain't going to be a huge event. But if I'm out there, as long as Mark, he said he's got my back and we'll find a spot, we're going to set up and at least have a good time. But we're going to do an annual one where we're going to try and get everything together, get Eugene Lockhart. I mean, he said it on the show. He's gonna be out there, so maybe we do that. Get some players. Have a look. Make it an event. So it's
He
gonna be a lot
should.
of fun. Maybe we'll get Jimmy's ass out there too.
I'm really trying to make it. I want to make it out there. So,
Yeah,
and I think with Locker, I think you had a great idea for his foundation. Doing some autographs, maybe
yeah,
get some money for his foundation that way. That's a great idea.
yeah. No, I think we were talking about maybe doing it because I can order a bunch of pictures and maybe do like a donation to his. He does a big charity for turkey fundraiser for Thanksgiving, getting turkeys to people who are less fortunate. So it'd be a way to kind of donate a little bit to his charity, but also get an opportunity to get him sign a picture, personalize it, put whatever the hell you want on it, and take a picture with him if you want. I mean, that's something. It's something we talked about doing. I think it'd be kind of cool. So he's a good guy, man.
We,
You know,
we got to get him in here on Monday night. I'd love to talk to him, man. That was one of the.
Monday night. I'm going to get him on here on a Monday night. Maybe I might have to we might get him to show up on our Saturday party.
Yes, that's a better idea. That'd be great.
We might have him taking a few. Yep.
I'm trying, Fred. I'm trying.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I don't know. I'm sure you follow Fred, man. But if you don't follow Fred, you guys need to just check him out. Not only for the cuts, but my man grills like no other. And he said he's coming out. The grill master himself is going to come out, and we're gonna cook some food. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Todd Gurley. Yeah, we won't talk about that one, Sugar Daddy.
we don't want to talk. But no, Ultra did say so. I was because he kind of took me back where he didn't think he'd be the clear cut guy. I mean, if you're taking Bijan at 8, he's a game changer. I mean, I just don't see how he's not going to be. You got the other guy, and he might be nice, but I mean, Bijan's he's the real deal. An 8th pick overall, he's got to be special. If you're going to be that high as a running back in the draft, you got to be pretty damn special. So I'm going to be floored. I'll be disappointed if I was a Falcon fan. I'd be disappointed if he isn't your lead dog and basically your everything on offense when it comes to the run game and out of the backfield. That's just
but I'm not saying what I want, what I think are two different things. You can't have Algier was a rookie last year, rushed for 1,100 yards. Bijan's going to come in and take care of his business, but I just can't see him, being the clear cut. We always talk about it. It's a 2-headed running back league. So I don't see him taking 75% of the carries. I just don't see it happening. I think it's more like maybe 60-40. So that's why I don't know if I would take him in.
We got Mikey Schefter says Tyler, he probably won't even be on the Falcons by the end of the season. So
hey, I got news for you. If that's the way it is and it's working like that, we're winning. That's great. You know what? Then I'm cool with it. I hope I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. If we're winning when we take the NFC South, not if, but when we take the NFC South, I don't care who's running the ball. So that's it.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think Bijan's special. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys do not want to miss the tailgate party. You don't want to miss. We're gonna have a Saturday night special. We got to figure it out. We got to find a game when the Cowboys, when the Cowboys are playing. We'll kind of do it in that because you guys. I mean, we watch. I don't know. Does anyone watch? Do you watch preseason beginning then, Jimmy?
No. You know what I do? I watch it on playback.
Okay.
Fast forward.
I won't stop what I'm doing. I'll watch it on playback, but if it's there, I'll watch it. I'm just not. I mean, I like it. I don't want to sound like I don't enjoy it, but I've watched more. But I'm not. If I got a good night out, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to watch preseason. I'm going to go out and like you said, I'll watch it on the replay. Where if you're talking regular season game, someone better not get married on that wedding day. And that happened to me. And I'll tell you, my wife, who the hell got married? It must have been like her friend or maybe it had to have been her friend because no friend of mine would do this. They got married it was a Saturday, but it was when Dallas had a game, near the end of the season, they do the Saturday game. And I'll never forget it. They played the Baltimore Ravens. And we ended up getting our ass whooped. But so I said, well, if I'm going, I'm watching the game. So I had brought my little phone and I'm, streaming and watching the highlight, what you can do. Couldn't really stream the video, but watching each play or whatever. And as soon as it was good enough to leave, I said, we're out of here. And this is how good of a wife I have. You're talking now. This is top notch, right? What I'm going to say.
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't say. Maybe I'll get in trouble. But this is top notch wife material. The only place that we could find close enough to watch the game was an adult establishment. And she said, "Babe," she said, "I know you want to watch this game. I know you might watch something. No, I know you want to watch this game. Let's just go in there and watch the game." So we went in and we watched the end of the game. We got our I think it was Willis McGahee, and they had another running back. And I remember every time we got
Damn.
close, the running back ran for like 80 yards. And then we got close again. I think Romo was a quarterback. He came back again, and then the running back would run for another 80 yards. I think they had two running backs that did that. I can't remember. But it was, I mean, it was terrible. But that's the kind of, man, that's when you know you married a good woman. I mean,
Yes. You know what?
those
That's
levels you have your team, does things that you probably, normally wouldn't do for the team. That's what I'm talking about.
you
So,
see, weddings with me, my wife wants to leave because she knows if she waits too long, she's going to be carrying my ass out. So, I got an out clause. The Falcons are on. Time to go. Yep. So she ain't got to carry me out.
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. They're talking about preseason. I give away. Yeah, I give mine away as well. It was a throw in. I had someone bought 3 of my tickets, and I threw in the preseason. I said, if you buy them, they do a throw in. So, but haven't been to training camp. And I just be honest with you. I've been to training camps, with the Buccaneers just because they were here, and
Yeah.
just to go check it out and see. I'm just not as big into that. I mean, if it was closer, I would, but flying to California, I don't know if the value. You got to budget
Yeah.
your money, right, Jimmy? You got so many dollars that you got to budget. I'd much rather go to a game than go to training camp. That's
No,
just me.
I agree. And I happened to be down in the Flowery Branch area one time for Falcons training camp, and it's fun. I mean, you're close to the players; they're right there. All the starters are out there, so it's fun. But to blow however much to go, even for me, if I flew to Atlanta and back in a hotel, you're talking $1,000,
Yeah,
and I can't justify that. I'd be
yeah.
down in Dallas at that game on September 17th.
So, well, yeah. And are you going to the game?
I want to go. I'm trying to make this happen. There's issues,
I thought
just
I thought
scheduling issues.
breaking news. I thought it was breaking news.
No,
Um,
I'm trying my best. Believe me, because it'll be a good time, a great time.
So I would ask Dustin is so he says that, and it probably everything Dallas does is first class. So would you give up going? So it would cost a hotel, and would you give up going to 2 games to go to training camp? Like if I instead of me going to 5 games next year, maybe I go to 3, and then I sell the other tickets and then use that to go to training camp. Would that be worth it? I'm asking
Well,
Dustin or anyone else who goes to
hey,
training camp.
and not for nothing, but Dallas, aren't they charging now for training camp? They're charging
I
entry
think they
fee
are.
on there.
No
Yeah.
one ain't charging me.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a VIP credit card Cowboy Extra Point. I can get all that crap through there because I believe I'm joking, but I'm not because you can actually do that. That's what I would end up doing if if I did. Yeah, and the NFL draft. Now the interesting thing, the NFL draft. I went to Philly. Detroit, I was questioning. I'm just going to be honest with you. I love Detroit. We got some subscribers from Detroit. I'm not bashing Detroit, but I know their city was kind of going through kind of a change, and they're trying to clean some stuff up and this and that. So I actually I was working, and someone had come down, and they're from Detroit. They I asked them about it. I said, look, man, the drafts. And she goes, they're already like getting everything set up. I mean, year in advance, they're getting all the. I said, if I go, I said, is the area's pretty good? She goes, no, where the draft is. Said, stay all around in that area, man. They've done it up. It is first class. It is awesome. So I'm thinking about going to the draft because the draft. I had a great time. I mean, we had some things that worked out where we got into the on camera a couple times because we were able to,
Yeah.
I gave us some tickets and stuff, but it definitely would be I think that's going to happen because my son loves going too. So it might be something him and I can just fly out to and check it out.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about Detroit, but I know when they built that hockey arena a few years ago, they're trying to build that area up, and I'm sure that might be where it is. Don't they? They usually hold those in big arenas, right? The draft.
It's going to be in the streets. It's
Oh
going to
no,
be like
really?
downtown. They like open it up. I mean, they like in Philly, they open it. And when they were in Nashville, it was all downtown. Like the whole, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's big time. Did Dallas, it was in Dallas. I don't know where they did it in Dallas. So, SummerSlam. There you
SummerSlam.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
wore my NWO shirt tonight. I was this close, Troy, to wearing my NWO shirt, and I didn't.
Oh, skipping to no NWO. Did you watch the Abdullah the Butcher?
Not yet. It's on tape. I'll be watching on tape soon.
I think I might
The
watch
Adrian
that.
Adonis one was crazy, man. It was pretty sad.
The Adrian Adonis. I forgot how Hooters. Yeah, it wasn't Hooters. Or it was Hooters. Yeah, it was Hooters. Oh, and it was down in South Florida. So I mean,
Yes.
yeah, anyone been to those things like when in our younger days? It ain't yeah, it's something else.
Yes, exactly.
So
That might be
anyway,
more for the Saturday night happy hour show.
yeah, that'll be more conversation. So, Mark, the Arlington one, was that outside or did they do that in the stadium?
I was saying, isn't it hot as shit there outside?
Well, it's April. I mean, right? It's April. It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
April, May. Yeah, I actually got a point.
It's
Probably
not
too
bad.
bad.
It's not bad. Who we got? Who we're getting a lot of people here today.
Yeah, we are.
Steve, what's up, man? I could dig it. We're getting this training camp going, man. I am getting hyped. I'm getting ready. I'm having a hard time, holding myself down because I am looking forward to dropping that hype video, for that Sunday night beating, man. Jimmy, I can't wait. Can't wait.
I know. Well, somebody said it's 48 days away. It doesn't feel like 48 days away. But with training camp starting this Thursday, that's what matters. We're right on the doorstep.
Yeah.
You know?
Mark said it was in the stadium. The Abdullah episode was sad, but I mean, I gotta tell you, Sugar Daddy, and I'm saying Sugar Daddy because I mean, that's probably one of the greatest names, Sugar Daddy. Is they're all that way, aren't they? I'm guessing you watched all of them. Every wrestling one, man, the story is the same. It's like God, but it's so it never ends well. Like I was saying, is Brutus a Barber Beefcake? He's living in a trailer park about 45 minutes down the road, and I think Pinellas Park or something down in Florida.
He wouldn't even answer my text messages. I'm pissed off. I was trying to get him on I tried him a few times, but
This guy's he's signing autographs for like $4 at the local card show. I mean,
$4. Isn't he like 600 pounds?
We'll throw him a little something for the effort if he wants to come on the show.
No, exactly. Why not? I mean, you get some good stories out of him, especially there's a lot of hate on him.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
good, and he's good friends with Hulk.
Yeah.
Where he
Yeah,
was.
that would be so. All right, they did the draft. I don't know if I'd want to go in the stadium. I thought it was so cool. We went in Philly, and it was just you had all the. I don't know. It just maybe it was good in the stadium, maybe not. I think it was really really cool outside.
The only thing about outside, you got to worry about weather, man. That's the only
No,
scary
that's
part.
the wild card. That's the wild card. Yeah, they're doing the draft in Green Bay. I don't know how the hell. Everything I've heard about Green Bay is you have to get like if you want to go to the game, very limited hotels. There's people that you have to stay in Milwaukee or something.
It is. I'll tell you what though, if you can get a hotel in town, everything's in walking distance or staggering distance. There's a lot of great bars, all this stuff. The stadium is right there. It's a really cool setup. I love Green Bay.
I think that's a bucket list game. I was supposed to go last year. Thank God I didn't. But if I did, we probably would have won when it blew that lead. But I'm just thinking, like for the draft, when you do the draft, I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people, and I'm just wondering how that city can, if they can hold it, or are they going to put a cap on it or something like that, man? Because it is just, you saw how it was in Vegas. It was crazy.
And there ain't, like you said, once you leave that area, there's not a lot around. You got to go like a mile or two up to the next exit. So I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Yeah.
That's a good question, but it is a fun place to go, and
No,
it wouldn't disappoint.
I
Yeah.
would definitely love to see it. And yeah, the Dark Side. What is it? Season 2? It's once a week. Was it every Sunday? I used to catch
Dark
them on.
Side actually it creates season 4 already,
Is
and
it?
yeah, I know it started during whatever 2019 it started, and they
Yeah.
keep finding, like you said, how many damn sad stories can they find? Every
Yeah.
one is a sad story.
I'm waiting for like something to be where it was just a great experience all the way through. But I mean, it's pretty
No,
much addicted to drugs, lose your wife, lose your family, and then you try and get them all back at the end and before you die. And some have died before they could do it, and some have been able to do it, and with that before they died, got a relationship back with their kids and all that. That's pretty
yeah.
much the. Yeah, I probably just saved you, Double Star. Just go ahead and see whoever the wrestler was, and that's probably how the story went. But it was.
Iron.
Uh, I mean, I loved wrestling back in the day. I don't watch it as much anymore, but man, it was big time, man. It was big time.
No, I still watch, man. I watch a little WWE, a lot of AEW. It's good. Actually, it's funny you mentioned Saturday nights. So AEW is running a live show on Saturday nights from 8 to 10 on TNT. And like you said, like, I don't want to get spoilers, but if it's a Saturday night, I'm DVRing that.
Mm,
I can't break plans to stay home and watch something unless, like, again, if it's the Falcons, I'm going to stay home. Or if my Yankees are in the playoffs, maybe, then I'm going to stay home. But not for wrestling and not for things like that. That's tough.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, it makes it
But
hard. But yeah, that's
what is
why
it?
you get my brother has this as a cool TV thing, and you get all the stuff, and you can replay all of it, and you can do all of that. So it's
So
that's what you got to
Ul-
get.
Ultra says wrestling is fugazi. We're not talking about that fake high school and we're talking professional.
No,
Professional wrestling is the good stuff,
don't be
not the
bad
fake
mouthing
Olympics.
wrestling. Don't do it. You ain't gonna be bad mouthing wrestling on this show. I mean, wrestling for what I love wrestling. I wrestled in high school, professional. I should have been a professional wrestler.
You
Jimmy and
should
I,
have.
we had some professional matches outside the civic centers and everything where it was at. But no, wrestling was it, man. The funny thing with wrestling, and there, I don't know if you watched season 1, but season 2 is out Thursday's the first episode of if anyone's a wrestling fan, it was on Showtime. What's it called? Oh man, look at this.
Heels.
Heels.
Yeah.
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 That's back. So they're doing season 2 of that. So
Sugar Daddy was watching the Territory days, man. That's old school.
yeah. And,
Man.
it's great how those territories and how Hulk Hogan I didn't, I was listening to one thing how he screwed. Like like you're supposed to, if you leave territories and you're the champ, you're supposed to. There's a process that you follow, and before you leave, they adjust the storyline and you drop the belt and you do all
Yeah.
that and then you leave because they record everything. They do some canned shows and stuff, and I guess he just left and signed with Vince McMahon or Vince's dad or whoever it was, and just left that wherever he was in the Midwest. I forgot the guy.
AWA. He was with the AWA, but
Yeah,
so was
what's
Gene
his name?
Okerlund. Everybody was in the AWA, and
Yeah,
and Vince McMahon pillaged them.
yeah.
They pillaged the AWA, and that was the last standing. Besides the NWA, WCW, that's the last standing territory.
Now, what do you say when someone says wrestling's fake?
Why? Why? How's it now? I want to ask for real. How is it fake? There's guys who break their legs. There's guys who tear their blow their knees out, tear their shoulders, bust their face open. How is that fake? I want somebody to tell me how that's fake.
All fake, meatball. All
All
fake.
fake.
I was waiting for you when I
No.
thought we prank called someone and they said wrestling's fake, and I thought you said I'd like to see you get out of Ric Flair's figure 4 leg lock or
That's
something.
that's
Oh,
right.
you did that one.
No, now you're getting me all serious about this. It's not fake. It's choreographed.
Scripted. It's scripted.
Choreographed.
That's
People
yeah,
get hurt.
yeah.
You know what? Exactly. Sorry, I've hit that on accident.
Oh,
Not fake to go off the cage. Right. You tell me
no,
who's jumping off a 20-foot cage through a table and that don't hurt.
no. Yeah, and Hogan pillaged the AWA. Yeah, they took everyone from there.
Yeah, they did. Even Gene Okerlund they took from there.
Oh, Mean Gene, I'd see, and I was young, I didn't know the territory thing of that, so I just figured that's where they all came up from. Then I watch, Junkyard Dog. Then you start remembering we were in we had Gordon Soley, so it was Georgia, was it,
Yeah.
and then Florida. There was a Florida wrestling
Yeah.
territory.
CWF. Yep. Georgia, AWA, Triple WF, USWA. I mean, they had so many damn territories, but Vince McMahon was smart, and he worried, like his old man worried that he was going to end up, floating down the river because he was pilfering, and there was a,
Oh yeah,
you know,
Destroy
the,
them.
yeah, he was. Those guys. It wasn't no joke back then. So he's lucky he left with his life intact. And look, he's built a $6 billion empire.
Yeah, and now what's he doing now? Is he done with it, or is he?
He's back with some goofy looking mustache. He looks like
I
looks
saw
like,
that. He looked like he's like from the 20s or something.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
thought it was
And horrible plastic surgery too. Yeah, world class championship wrestling, Texas.
Yeah, there's but so many. I mean, we could have a wrestling show one day, just going back to some of the old guys and some of the, and some of the things that we used to do,
Oh,
with the
man.
wrestling, man. It can get crazy. But no, I mean, what other we got sidetracked. We're an hour in, Jimmy. What else we got, man? What else you got? What else we missing here in the chat? You guys tell us. Is there any questions? Anything you guys? Am I missing something? What do we got? Millie Vanilli. Hey, Millie Vanilli put out some good songs. I'm from that era, and whoever the hell sang them, I don't know. I don't know if they, I don't know which person sang them, and that was a pretty good gimmick that they did. If you really think
it was great.
And really, who doesn't lip sync nowadays anyway? So,
what else do we? You know what? We Magic Johnson, part owner of Washington.
yes.
Well,
I'm glad you said. I'm trying to get Jeff Bostic in.
Really,
to talk about, because he had said he would come on, and that's a tough thing. Like some of these guys, they commit and they say call them back at a certain time, another time, and then they're busy. So I'm going to reach out to, because I think the time is good. He hated Dan Snyder, so it would be great to get his opinion on him and see what Washington's going to do, because they're going to change their name again. And
so
I don't know what they're going to end up doing, but I tell you what, and all kidding aside, and we have fun with Washington. I look at it, and I've said it before, I look at it like Miami in college. The NFL's better when Washington's Washington, when they're competitive, when they're good. They're one of those franchises, and I think, as much as Philly wants Dallas to be their rival and this and that, I mean, the real rivalry, now maybe it's changing because it used to be the Cowboys and the Indians, and that's how it all, kind of built up so much. But I mean, Washington Dallas was the rivalry as long as I can remember. Philly was really never considered a rival. They had little spurts where they were good, but it was always Dallas and Washington. I mean, that's where it was. So
yeah, it was. I mean, Washington's. I mean, think about it. Washington was 2 Super Bowls they were in the 80s. They were into the playoffs well, and they knocked us out of the playoffs in 91, I think it was.
Yeah.
They had the three who were the 3 wide receivers they had. They had 3 big receivers, and I'm trying to remember.
They had Monk, Brown.
Monk, that's right. Yeah.
Was Ricky Sanders part of that? Was he in that era? I'm trying to remember.
That was Ricky Sanders, yeah.
Yeah. And Dez, Kelly's reached out to Dez, and we tried. Dez doesn't like going on shows. He's afraid his words get taken out of context. But one day, I just got to get face to face with Dez. If I get face to face with Dez, I get Dez on the show. But I'm not giving up on Dez. I'd love to get a triplet. That's my I'm a goal oriented person, so that's my ultimate goal, is to get either Emmett or Michael or Troy, one of them on the show. So.
Man, hate Washington more than Philly. Wow.
Well, I have to say that I'm with Mark. I mean, I get, when I see that Washington Dallas game, I get more. Now they've been bad, so it kind of takes it away. But I still get like, man, I want to beat Washington, man.
Yeah, but it is. It's just with Philly, it's multiple sports with me, right? Not necessarily the Falcons and Philly. It isn't really them, but it's the Rangers, the Knicks. That's my my thing. I'm not a Mets fan, so I can care less about the Phillies. But it's just a filthy city, and the fans suck.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
No, it's true. No, you're 1,000% right. It's just they're on a different level. Now, St. Louis, who's some big rest? Jimmy, you're the historian of wrestling. Was JYD in St. Louis or no?
That's a good question. The St. Louis territory. Wait a minute. Was it Kansas City or St. Louis that Ric Flair beat Dusty Rhodes for his first title? Might have been St. Louis, but yeah, maybe Sugar Daddy knows that one. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Yeah, and on Dez again. So I think I've told the story. My son is a huge Dez fan. So the Eagle game I was not supposed to go to last year because it was Christmas Eve, and Dez was doing these signings. So I went ahead and I just he was New Orleans. So I went ahead and decided I'm going to go to the Eagles game. Took the family, and I got my son a ticket for the Dez thing. Bought a helmet for him and everything. Got old and they canceled it 2 weeks before. So I ended up. That's why Des should really come on the show because I bought 4 airline tickets. I had to buy 2 extra tickets because I only have 2 seats for the stadium, and had to, we had to swap our seats back and forth. I got the ticket; they refunded me, so there was no issues there. And but yeah, it ended up costing me a lot. Hotel, food ended up costing me a lot, but we had a great time because we beat the hell out of Philly. So it was all worth it. But yeah, that one, it was a bummer. My son was definitely
He went all the way out to Dallas and came home with empty pockets.
empty pockets, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Dusty lost a match there. So yeah, that was probably it.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably it. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's the best.
So, let's see.
Put hard times on this country by taking my title.
The must. All right, Carl, what the must away game, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Must away game. And I'll let Jimmy, if you want to answer first or second. What do you want to do?
I'll answer first. We got to beat the Titans on the road.
Titans on the road.
Yes. That's a game we have to win. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna have much issue. I don't think we're gonna have much issue with our division. Carolina's soul searching. The Buccaneers, they're rebuilding. The Saints, yeah, they got a quarterback and all, but they lost half their defense. So I think we're going to be good in the division. Got to win that Tennessee game.
Yeah, and that's an out of conference game. That's a tough. That's one of those. That's one of those games. I mean, for Cowboys, I think it's the obvious answer is San Francisco. That's that would one. It would be an awesome experience, the Cowboys 49ers. I've been to, went to the last one, and that was in Dallas. It was cool to see that. Obviously, the results didn't help that the fun of it. But I would think that one. But I'll say selfishly, the game that you want to go to is Carolina because your boy is going to be there at the Carolina game. So that should be your must-away game if you're a Cowboys fan to
go. Now, Mark's asking if we try to get prime time on the show. That's a stretch. I'd love to. He's got health.
That's a tough one.
And he's got health problems right now. He's dealing with a lot anyway, but that would be tough to do.
Yeah.
He would be. That would be something.
No, he would be. He would definitely bring it. He should for you, man, Jimmy, for all the.
No, he's the reason I'm a Falcons fan, and he was a great New York Yankees outfielder.
Irvin should be the easiest for you to get. Miami thing. That's the thing, and I always say if I could talk to, and I'm a salesman by trade, so if I could talk to these guys, I can get them on the show. And that's, and I've told the story about Barry Switzer. It was not the easiest thing to get Barry on. It was a battle, and when I got him on the phone, that's when I got him. So once I was able to talk to him directly, I was able to, share the stories. And usually if I could talk about Cowboys, I can get them to buy in. But Jimmy Superfly Snooker, he was a good one.
You know what? Good question. I don't know. I don't know what territory he came in from.
Yeah, I don't know territory, but his grandson played baseball with my nephew.
Really?
Yeah, and they got a picture with him. Everything. He passed away. He passed away, right?
I think.
Yeah. It was kind of, he was near, it wasn't soon off for that. So anyway, hey, we're going to get this thing wrapped up. I got Below Deck to watch, but you don't forget Cuts by Jones, man. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. We're getting closer. I would love to get there before the season. I would love to get 2,000 subscriber before the season. That way you can have it in your cave when the season starts. But at worst, I hope to have it, before the tailgate party. And if it's done at the tailgate party, then we might have a live giveaway there. We also have some other things that we're doing at the tailgate party, some giveaways. Like I said, if Eugene, he said he was going to come through. I take him at his word that will happen. So I think we've got a lot of fun stuff going on. And like I said, man, this season is just getting started. So again, don't forget, if you're on here, hit that like. It helps us out. Costs you nothing. If you're not a subscriber, and I can see all these views and all these hours we get from non-subscribers, we need you guys to hit that subscribe because it just helps us out. Doesn't cost you a cent to do it. So make sure you do that. And also, if you're a Cowboys fan, tell another Cowboys fan about the channel. Tell them, hey, go check out YouTube. Go look at the interviews. Go look at all that stuff. If you're a sports fan, you definitely got to tell them. You got Jimmy D here. If you're Yankees, you're Falcon, he does all that stuff. So hockey. So if you're a sports fan, this is a place for you. We've got fantasy football. We got all this stuff. So we are putting all this together because we love it. And we have
fun. We have fun.
And so it's a lot of fun. So
it is a good time.
Go ahead. And then Chargers, I'm sorry. No, I want to go to the Chargers one. I can't. So unfortunately not. Yeah, we got to, he might be doing a giveaway at the game too. So look, I'm putting all this pressure on my man Jones. I can't be doing that. But make sure, if you guys don't, Cuts by Jones, you need to follow him on Facebook, follow him on Twitter, check out his work. He'll do other stuff. Jimmy, you want a Falcon? I mean, you can order a Falcon. It doesn't have to be Cowboys. I hope he doesn't do any Eagles. I don't know if he has a policy against that. I'm hoping he has a policy of no Eagle stuff. But hey, if their money's green, I can't argue with the man. You got to earn a living, right?
And it is. On the other side, people don't see it, but I got all my memorabilia and all that stuff on the other side. Unfortunately, it's not here. So you know what? That's a great idea. That might have to be added to.
No, I tell you what.
The other side.
Your son hockey. He did this one of my family there. If you got a cool, because your sons are playing hockey, any picture you have, he does amazing work, man. I'm just telling you, you guys are missing out if you don't have it. So anyway, and I'm going to get that playmaker. I'm going to get playmaker. So Jimmy, I appreciate it, man. It's always a great time hanging with you. And like I said, you got to pop in. You got to pop in to see us sometimes on the other channels. And we're going to get something together on Saturday night. We just got to pick that Saturday night. I'll look at the schedule and see if we can get something good.
Looking forward to it, man. Hey, thanks everybody for coming out. Like we said, like, subscribe. Love having fun with you guys every Monday night. And we'll let you know about happy hour.
Yes.
Have a great week.
So much. Have a great week. I'll be, Kelly and I are live on Thursday. We don't have a Wednesday show, so we'll be there on Thursday. You guys take care. I'll see you.
The Eagles getting ready, because you might not like it, but you will learn to love it because we are the best thing going today. Now, can you dig it?
Just text me his number and I'll call him. I'm just finishing the show. Oh,
I thought it was over because I looked and it was not on.
No, it's on. We just ended it.
We just ended.
Oh, we didn't end